Hey there, All Souls Community Church. Pastor Will here with this beautiful lady, Katie Berry. Hi, Katie.
Hi there.
As you heard on Sunday, if you tuned in to worship, Katie is retiring. What is retirement? It is a gift from God, right? Where you get to invest in the next season of life. But it's not about just picking up seashells, is it, Katie? Just would love to hear a little bit about what you've done at All Souls, and I'd love to hear a little bit about what you're planning on doing.
So I was asked 3.5 years ago by Pastor Will and the team to create a role called Coordinator of Mercy Ministries at All Souls. And I had just retired from a long number of years as a social worker, so it seemed like a beautiful segue to just continue to do what my heart does naturally, which is to just see people and care for people and help smooth paths. And so for the last 3.5 years, I've had the privilege and the blessing of being able to do that here at All Souls, getting to know people a little more intimately, and casting a couple of visions for how we might, as a church community, reach out more to people who are hurting or struggling or have questions and so forth.
So let me jump in there real quick, because we first hired you, Katie, because we were trying to open up, what, do you remember?
Oh yeah, the food pantry.
Yeah, you remember we had it downstairs, actually right underneath where we are right
Yes,
here, and we had a bunch of people coming by, and for various reasons, and it didn't take off because we got some riffraff, and it was a little tough to kind of manage that, for a variety of reasons, it didn't take off, and yet you met a particular person when that happened.
Yes, I did.
And who is that person?
So Susan Meyer, who runs the Sloatsburg Food Pantry here out in the Suffern area, was one of the people that I interviewed and got to know as a result of my casting a vision for All Souls Church. And way back then, she had impressed me deeply with her integrity, her professionalism, her kindness, her vision, her energy. And so at the time, we already started talking about the possibility of All Souls partnering with the Sloatsburg Food Pantry, but for a variety of reasons, the timing wasn't right. We would talk and we would pray into it. And then about 6 months ago, the timing was right. And God completely, smoothly, widely opened the door for the Sloatsburg Food Pantry to partner with our church, and is now housed here. On Washington Avenue in Suffern.
Isn't it funny the way that God just does completely differently than what we would have expected, but it's bigger, it's better, it's His way, and our way had to die in order for His way to actually come to fruition. But the heart of it actually, it happened.
Yes.
It happened.
Yes. Yes.
And in the meantime, you've been busy caring for tons of people at All Souls, helping to manage that care, get people connected to various organizations or groups within All Souls or outside of All Souls,
That's right.
and getting their particular needs, their concrete needs, as well as their heart needs met. And that's gonna leave a big hole for us, Katie, because you've been quite a champion, and we love you very much. But God's calling you to something new, and so what is that?
So, just in keeping with the whole retirement theme, as my husband Ed and I are older now, and he is also semi-retired from his business, we're finding that our gaze is turning a little bit more inward, both to our home and where we live and how we're managing our home as we're looking into our senior years. As well as the needs of our kids. So our children are in their 30s now, and our oldest daughter just got engaged to a wonderful man.
Congrats.
So we're going to be planning a wedding, and our middle daughter and her husband are expecting their first child, our first grandchild, in July. We're expecting a grandson. And so our son is out in Seattle, so that is a whole nother journey of sorts. But it just feels like this is a new season of our lives, that our energies are not, it's not as though we're not going to care about our communities, because we do. He's highly engaged in the community, and I will continue to be, particularly my church community. But we're going to put our energies a little bit more specifically into our home and family.
Yeah,
So,
as you should, right? The
Yeah.
next generation, they only get one grandma or one grandma on that side, you
Yep.
know, and
Yep.
but that's something that we can absolutely be praying about, and we're excited for you about, and I'm excited to come over for the various dinners that you'll be inviting me over for. So
Sure will.
that'll be
You got to meet the baby.
yeah, exactly. I can't wait
Yeah.
to hold that little babe.
Mm-hmm.
But that's something we can obviously be praying about for you. But is there anything else that you feel like as a church family you would want us to know as you're transitioning, whether it's something we can assist you in, care for you, pray for you, or something that you've learned that you feel like, hey, I want to bless you with this as I'm kind of walking into this next season, because you're not leaving us, but
No.
you're simply stepping down from this role. What's on your heart? Is there anything there?
So, boy, those are really important questions, Will. I would say for myself, you know, as you think of me and see me, pray for me and my family. Like every family, we have needs that may not be visible at all. And I've learned in my walk with Jesus that the most important thing, and you said it today beautifully, is to determine where am I casting my eyes, and where am I casting my heart. So I don't want to live in the challenges, even while I want to be realistic about them, and devoted to doing the task that God has set before me. But
Yeah.
I want to keep my eyes fixed on Him. So if you would pray for me toward that end, that I would always have the faith to stand.
Amen.
Always.
Amen.
And then I would say to my All Souls community, do not neglect the brethren. Do see one another. And do not be afraid of saying yes. I had a pastor once years ago who said that he and his wife had made a vow many years prior that they would always say yes to the Lord. And that was a simple but profound lesson that I incorporated.
Yeah.
And as I've discovered that as I say yes, that the blessings are 100-fold and more.
Amen.
And so you don't need Katie Barry to have mercy in this church, because mercy is something that we can each practice.
Amen.
And God will richly bless that.
Amen. Amen. Well,
Yeah.
we received that good word, and thank you, Katie. And
Yep.
The strength and the courage to stand and to fix your gaze on Jesus is, just so you know, the only Katie Barry I've ever known. And so it has been such a joy and a delight to work by your side.
Well, I would say the same.
Thank you.
I thank God for the day that He sent me here.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
And I thank God that you're not leaving.
Not leaving.
But what do you say, All Souls? How about we learn from our sister today and give God our yes? Let's give God our yes and watch what He does, because I've seen Him work mightily through this, our sister. And she's saying, it's not me. My gaze is fixed on Jesus, and He's using me, and I'm so thankful, but you can do it too, because our Jesus is able. He's able, and He's so good.
More than enough.
Amen.
More than enough.
Amen.
Yeah.
Well, with that, may the Lord bless you today. Let's give Jesus our yes. Amen. Have a great day, guys.